Well, welcome to our How to Light a Smoker for you pyrotechnic uh, gurus out there. This is kind of be a little challenging for some beekeepers, and there's some tips that we've kind of found that keeps the smoker going throughout your whole inspection instead of only working at the beginning and then it goes out by the end. So there's a couple ways we light our smokers a little very quickly. We use a torch. If you've got one, if your husband's got one of these or you've got one in your garage, these are awesome. Just light the torch. I point it to the outside of the box here, and it will start the inside of the I'm just going to blow it enough to get it going really well. We found that to be really fast and efficient in doing it, but not everybody has a torch. So we're going to show you the other method as well. So you got really good smoke coming out like that, then you can put your lid on. And now you've got a hive. Now you'll notice I have it all the way full. The reason I do that is I don't want this going out. So what the mistake I made early on when I first started beekeeping was I think, oh, I'm only going to be, just a few minutes in my hive, so I'll just use a little bit of fuel. And two problems with that is it burns really hot. It will start a flame instead of getting a nice cool smoke that we get here. And the second problem is it burns out before you're done doing your inspection. So when you're trying to put everything back, you can use the smoke to kind of blow a little bit on the bees to get them down off the frames as you're putting the boxes back together. The other method is to use an empty smoker. Get a little newspaper, and most of you have these long lighter-nosed lighters. If you're going to light. And so what I usually do is I'm going to get my paper down in here so that it's going almost in the box already. Kind of get it lit and start blowing it as I'm pushing it down in so it won't go out. You don't want to snuff it out. So I'm still going. I want to get a good flame going. So as I put my fuel in, it's not going to go out. So I've got a good flame going, and now I want to take some fuel, whether you use pine needles or whatever it is you use. Then I start putting a few of those in there, get it going, keep going, put more in. I just don't want to snuff it out. And then I'm going to, again, fill this thing completely full so it won't go out on me. And it'll keep nice cool smoke coming out instead of a blowtorch. If you don't do that, you'll get too much air, which will induce again, you want to get it pumping enough that you got some really good copious amounts of smoke coming out, so you know you're good and lit. Now you can put your lid down, and now you've got a good going smoker that'll last a long time as you're inspecting your hive. You want good smoke. It should be cool smoke, so it's not hot to the touch. You don't want to be burning the wings off your bees when you're smoking them. And then what I do in the hive is I'll blow a little smoke at the front door and around in the air around the top of the hive. As I pop the lid off, I put a couple puffs inside, shut the lid back down, and let them settle down just a minute, and then I can pull it all off. And usually by then they're all settled down and are fine. I don't need a ton of smoke. And so when I'm done, what I do is find something that I can plug into this hole. So we use nitrile gloves a lot in our thing, but I've also carved a piece of wood that I can shove in the hole. But I want to do something where I can plug off the hole. That'll snuff out the fire down inside. After 10 or 15 minutes, you won't have any heat in the bottom again. And now what will happen is that you'll have the next time you go to light your smoker, this is what I dumped out of it from before, you'll have some already charged stuff that you can put the paper in, get it going. You can put that back in, it'll light really easy, and you can kind of reuse it again each time, so you don't have to throw all that away. You kind of put it back in again. It's already partially charcoalized. So anyway, that's kind of what I do to keep a smoker going for a long time, and what I do to secure it once I'm done so it doesn't keep burning, and that'll put out you're not allowing air to go through it, so that'll snuff it out. So anyway, I hope you can keep your smoker lit.